Hello and welcome to our 18th day of our 60-day geometry prep series. Today we are going to do magnitude and direction of a vector. If not subscribed, kindly subscribe. Thank you very much. Alright, so when we say a magnitude of a vector, it means we are measuring the length or the size. So the magnitude, sometimes we'll say size or the length of the vector. When you have two vectors, this is the formula you'll be given. Okay, when you have only one vector, this is the formula. You will understand this better. So let's take some question. You have if the length is, if line what vector PQ is the length of vector PQ, find the length of PQ if what PQ is negative 6 and 8. This is very simple. So the length of PQ is equal to square root of x squared plus y squared. Why? This is only one vector, as I said here. So use this formula when the vector is only what? 1. Okay. So now taking this one, the top one is the x, the down one is the y. So the x here is negative 6 and the y is what? 8. So we are just going to fix it here. So the length of PQ is going to give me square root of x is what? Negative 6 squared plus y is what? 8. Okay, so 8 squared. So the length of PQ is going to give me square root of negative 6 squared is 36 plus 8 squared is 64. So the length of PQ is going to give me square root of 36 plus 64 is 100. Okay, now the length of PQ is going to give me square root of 100, and that's 10. Because there is no unit here, you add 10 units, and this is your answer. Okay, yes. So let's move to the next question. Find AB and BE if A is 4, 8 and B is negative 1, 5. We are asked to find AB. This is very simple. In our previous lesson, we learned that if we are asked to find AB, it's the same as the second letter, which is OB minus OA. And this one can be written as OB small b minus OA small a. Now what is our OB or the B? From here is negative 1, 5. So negative 1, 5 minus what is OA? 4, 8. So 4, 8. Let's do this very simple. So negative 1 minus 4 is negative 5. We are owing 1. If we go and borrow another 4, you still be owing 5. Then 5 minus 8. If you have 5 and you borrow 8, you have to pay the 5 and you still be owing what? 3. So this is the vector AB. Very simple. And I believe you can try the BE. So vector BE. What are you going to get? Exactly. So OA minus OB. The second one minus the first one, which is the same as A small a minus small b. Okay. Now what is the OA from the question? 4, 8. So 4, 8 minus what is the OB from the question? Negative 1, 5. So now top minus top, down minus down. So 4 minus minus 1. When two negative meet becomes what? Positive. So 4 plus 1, that's 5. Then 8 minus 5, we all know is what? 3. So that's all for BE. Okay. Now let's look at the length of a vector when we have 2 points. Okay, when we have 2 points. Now for this one, I'm going to use this formula. You see, we have x2 and x1 and y2 minus y1. So the length of AB is going to give me square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. This is not a serious formula, it's just the difference in the x and the difference in the y. Then you just square both of them, put them in square root. That's all. So where's our x1 and x2? We can label this first one for the a is x, so you can label this one as x1. The second one is the y, so you can label this one as y1. This one is also x, so that's the second x, x2. This one is y, so that's the second y, y2. Alright, so now let's fix this x1 here, x2 here, y2 here, and y1 here. So the length of AB is going to give me square root of x2, which is 10, minus x1, which is -2, all squared, plus y2, which is 1, minus y1, which is -4, or also what? Squared. So the length of AB, or vector AB, is going to give me square root of, when two negative meets, it becomes what? Positive. So 10 plus 2 is 12 squared, plus 2 negative positive, right? 1 plus 4, 5, so 5 squared. So the length of AB is going to give me square root of 12 squared is 144, plus 5 squared is 25, and that's equal to square root of 144 plus 25, 169. Then the length of AB is going to give me square root of 169, that's 13. We are not using any length, so 13 units. And you are right. Okay, yes, some people were asking me to do a video on back bearing. Yes, thank you very much for your comments and everything. Okay, so now let's do back bearing as our last sub topic for today. When we say back bearing, it's just very simple. Okay, when theta, the angle, is 180, when theta is less than 180, you add 180 towards the theta and you get the back bearing. Back bearing is like AB, then you turn it to BA. So if AB is 10, you want to find BA. Because 10 is less than 180, you add 10 towards 180 and you get the BA. As simple as that. But if theta is more than or equal to 180, you subtract 180 from the theta. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Find the back bearing of 45 degrees. So the back bearing of 45 degrees, this one is what? Is it greater than or less than 180? Is that less than? Okay, so in here we say if it's less than, then the formula will be theta plus 180. Okay, this theta plus 180. So now our theta is the angle, so 45 degrees plus 180 degrees. And I'll be snappy to use my calculator because I don't want any trouble here. So we are going to get 225 degrees, and that's all. Okay, now let's find the back bearing of 320. Back bearing of 320. Now we have back bearing of 320. This theta, is it more than or less than 180? Yes, it is more than 180. So what are you going to use? Theta minus 180. Minus 180 degrees. What's the theta? Angle. So 320 degrees minus 180 degrees. And I'll also use my calculator here. So we have 320 minus 180. We are going to get 140 degrees. Okay, so the back bearing is just 140 degrees. This is just a scenario of it, okay? But let's take a very good question. Okay, then we'll draw the diagram for it. Okay, so the bearing of y from x is 120 degrees. Sorry, 320 degrees. Find the bearing of x from y. This one, we can see that this one is more than what? 180. So the formula will be theta minus 180 degrees. So 320 degrees minus 180 degrees. And the answer is 140 degrees. As we did in the other example. So now let's see something here. Let's draw a diagram for this. Okay. But before that, I would like to draw the diagram for this one. Okay, so let me create a very good question. The bearing of A from B is 45 degrees. Find the bearing of B from A. And we solved it here. So the bearing of B from A is 225. But if you are drawing the diagram, do a cross here. Bearing of A from B. So the letter that comes after the from is where the angle is what? Formed. So which letter comes after the from? Is B. So this is B. When you are doing 45 degrees, this is B. When you are doing 45 degrees, it is in the first quadrant. Okay, so here is 45. So now you draw another cross here. So it means that here is the what? A. I hope you are getting me. So the bearing of B from A, the angle be formed as well this place. Okay, so it means that from here to here is what we are saying is what? The 225 degrees. Okay, yes, so this part also be what? 45 degrees. Also, when you take this one, Z, and the Z shapes is the alternate angle. I hope you are getting me. Alright, if you have any question again, please drop it in the comment section below, or you can prompt me. I'll do another video for you. God bless you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next day. Bye bye.